If you're incorporating some kind of power training within your strength training or functional training routine, which I definitely recommend because I think it's one of those areas that's often neglected, we really need to key in on reducing the time on the ground. So if we're looking at jumping movements, I always like to start with ankle hops because it's one that really ingrains the point of get off the ground as fast as possible. We have what's called the amortization phase, okay? What this is the time from contact hitting the ground to getting back up in the air. We need to minimize that time to as little as possible to then, again, store energy and create kinetic energy to get back in the air. If we're spending too much time on the ground and then jumping in, it no longer becomes a power movement, it's more of a ballistic movement. So that's one differentiation I want you guys to make, is to get off the ground as fast as possible rather than taking your time, controlling, and then going back up. So ankle hops is always my first step in the progression. Just really teaches that point of let's get off the ground with a very simple movement. So just to show you here, it's pretty much like more of an explosive calf raise, right? So I'm gonna come up on the toes. So you can see if we time that out, I'm trying to land, absorb quickly, and then get up in the air as fast as possible. So I want to spend more time in the air because I'm creating that power, utilizing the power, Achilles, the calf, all those muscles down there in the lower leg to get right back up, rather than, you can see at that point, it's more of a concentric jump. We're not using that eccentric, that lowering portion to store energy, okay, that potential energy, and then utilizing that to get back in the air. So we're really not creating as much power as we can with that quicker absorption and then exploding off the ground. And that's another reason why I always like to, starting point, use the TRX for a lot of these power exercises. So looking at something like squat jumps. Typically when people start squat jumps, they go too low, take too long on the ground, it no longer is powerful. But if we use the TRX to help offset a little bit of body weight, and then from there, again, not lowering down as far, but being able to speed up that time of initial ground contact to push off, that is something that will teach our muscles to be more elastic, to really utilize that stretch shortening cycle to create more power.